Ready to prime yourself for survival in a city if things were to get crazy? Well, you've come to the right place. In our unpredictable world, sudden disasters can take us by surprise. The ability to survive in an urban setting during a crisis is much different from what you may think. It's not just about having access to food, water, and shelter. It's about being adaptable, creative, and armed with knowledge that transcends typical survival strategies. Picture a metropolis where the usual amenities are longer accessible. It's a place where your intelligence and instinct to stay alive must go hand in hand. This is the realm where unconventional methods become the standard. From setting up silent alarms, establishing hidden reserves of necessities, from using portable solar chargers, to understanding how to securely water from your home's heater. It's about knowing how to blend in, how to navigate, how to communicate, and so much more. So, let's delve into 20 unique tips for urban survival. Firstly, let's talk about security. Silent alarms and cash supplies are your best friends. Now imagine a scenario where you need to know if someone or something is approaching your safe space. You can set up a silent alarm using simple materials like fishing line and cans. This makeshift alarm system will alert you without drawing any unnecessary attention. Next, let's discuss cash supplies. When the world turns topsy-turvy, your primary residence might not be the safest or even accessible. Having hidden caches of supplies in various locations can make all the difference. These caches could be filled with food, water, medicine, or any other essential supplies. Think of them as your secret lifelines scattered across the city. These strategies don't just provide practical benefits, they also give you a psychological edge, a sense of security that can keep you calm and focused during a crisis. Remember, safety first. Silent alarms and cash supplies could save your life. Now, let's touch on the essentials: power and water. In a crisis, some of the first things to go are electricity and potable water. But with a bit of ingenuity, you can keep both flowing. Portable solar chargers are a godsend. They're lightweight, efficient, and can keep your devices juiced up when the grid is down. Remember, in today's tech-driven world, a charged device could be a lifeline. Now, on to water. Did you know your home's water heater can double as a reservoir in an emergency? That's right. These heaters often hold around 40 gallons of drinkable water. You just need to know how to access it safely. Be sure to educate yourself on this before a crisis hits, as proper procedure can mean the difference between hydration and harm. With these tips, you'll always have power and water, even in the worst scenarios. Next up, we have to talk about space utilization and efficiency. In an urban survival scenario, it's not just about what you have, but how and where you store it. Consider elevated hiding spots, for instance. Buildings are full of overlooked storage areas, from ceiling tiles to ventilation shafts. These spots are less likely to be searched and can keep your supplies safe and out of sight. Now let's talk about multi-use items. These are the Swiss Army knives of survival gear. Think duct tape, bandanas, zip ties. Each of these items has a multitude of uses, from repairs and first aid to binding and even signaling. They save space, are lightweight, and increase efficiency. Imagine the possibilities if you have a bandana that can serve as a water filter, a sling, a sun shield, and more. Efficiency and smart storage could be the difference between life and death. In a shtf scenario, mobility and communication are key. Now let's talk about bicycles. When fuel's scarce and roads are impassable, a bicycle shines as a silent and efficient mode of transportation. It's light, it's quiet, and it can weave through obstacles that would stop a car in its tracks. You'll be moving while others are stuck. But what about communication? In a world without cell service or internet, we're going back to basics. Ever thought about smoke signals? They're not just for the movies. By controlling the amount and color of smoke, you can send a silent message over long distances. Using different materials, you can create colored smoke for specific messages. Remember, in a survival situation, it's not just about staying alive, but staying informed and connected. Your bike gets you where you need to go, and your smoke signals keep you in touch with the world. Stay mobile, stay connected, stay alive. Food and water are fundamental to survival. In an urban environment, there are ingenious ways to secure both. Let's start with rainwater harvesting. By setting up systems to collect and purify rainwater from rooftops, you can avoid relying on potentially contaminated ground sources. Always remember to boil or purify collected rainwater to ensure it's safe for consumption. Next, let's discuss edible urban plants. You'd be surprised by the number of edible and medicinal plants that grow in concrete jungles. For instance, dandelions, plantain, the weed, not the fruit, and clover are just a few examples. These plants can be a valuable source of nutrition and medicine in a survival situation. Lastly, consider rooftop gardening. Flat rooftops are perfect for creating discrete gardens for food production. With some seeds, soil, and a little know-how, you can grow your own food supply right under the sky. With these strategies, you won't go hungry or thirsty. Sometimes the best defense is a good offense. In a survival situation, having multiple escape routes from your immediate urban area is essential. Consider all possibilities, from secondary streets and alleyways to sewer systems and subway tunnels. But what if escape isn't an option and you need to access a locked area for safety? It's crucial to have basic lockpicking skills. This is not to condone illegal activities, but to increase your chances of survival in a desperate situation. In an urban survival scenario, blending into your environment can be just as important as standing your ground. Urban camouflage isn't just about what you wear, but also how you behave. The aim is to blend into the crowd, not to disappear into the background. Maintain a low profile, avoid drawing attention, and adapt to the norms of the area. Remember, the goal is to avoid detection, not to become invisible. Be smart, be stealthy, be safe. In today's world, survival isn't just about physical readiness. Technology has opened up new frontiers for survival strategies. Think about drones, for instance. These nifty gadgets can be used for reconnaissance, allowing you to gather information about your surroundings without exposing yourself to danger. Handy, right? But survival isn't just about what you can see or touch. It's also about what's happening inside your head. That's where psychological warfare comes into play. You can use tactics like disinformation to mislead potential threats or to create diversions. This can buy you precious time and keep you safe when things get tough. And let's not forget about digital security. In our connected world, digital surveillance can be just as threatening as physical dangers. So understanding how to secure your communications and data is crucial. It's about being one step ahead, always. In the urban jungle, your mind is your greatest weapon. Lastly, let's talk about the importance of trade and negotiation. In a post-shtf world, conventional currency may not hold much value. Instead, goods and services become the new gold standard. This is where bartering comes into play. Stocking up on items in high demand like alcohol, tobacco, and medical supplies could be your ticket to acquiring necessities you might be lacking. But bartering isn't just about having the right goods. It's also about negotiation. Knowing how to negotiate effectively can mean the difference between a fair trade and a missed opportunity. You'll want to demonstrate the value of what you're offering, while also expressing your needs. It's a delicate balance of give and take. You also need to be aware of potential risks, such as revealing too much about your own resources. In a post-shtf world, negotiation could be your ticket to survival. So, there you have it. 20 unconventional tips for urban survival. From silent alarms and hidden caches to solar chargers and water heaters, we've covered a broad spectrum of survival tactics. We've delved into the world of multi-use items, improvised weapons, and the silent efficiency of bicycles. We've explored how to communicate with smoke signals and how to harvest rainwater. We've identified edible urban plants and the benefits of rooftop gardening. We've discussed escape plans, lockpicking, and blending into the urban jungle. We've examined the use of drones, solar cookers, and the subtle art of psychological warfare. We've even touched on digital security and the importance of barter skills. But the most important lesson here is the need for preparation, adaptability, and resourcefulness. Remember, the key to survival is preparedness, adaptability, and resourcefulness. Stay safe, stay prepared, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more survival tips.